According to the chairman of Region 6, the RDC's $468 million budget has been approved. More details from Sasha Ramsaran.
Chairman of Region 6, Mr. David Armagan, held a press conference on Monday in his office at the Region 6 RDC building. The press conference was held to update the residents of the region on the activities and projects that are being undertaken for the development of the region. The chairman, in his opening remarks, disclosed that the budget for the region has been passed and stands at a total of $468 million.
In terms of the budget, you know, the budget has been passed, and we have tendered most of the works. In fact, 80% of the work program has already been tendered, and we are awaiting the documents to be evaluated, and then the contracts will be awarded. We have, for this year, in terms of capital program, we have about $468 million to spend in the capital program. And a lot of that, and those money will be spent in the many different areas that we have. There are many areas: the health, education, roads, bridges, dams, as well as doing work in land development, furniture for schools, buildings, and so on.
He further went on to highlight the two major projects that the region will be undertaking.
The two major projects that we'll be doing this year in terms of the capital program is a $35 million primary and nursery school at number 36 Village in the Quarantine. We had a problem there with acquiring the land to construct this school, but Nanpasad has kindly consented to donate a piece of land so that we can proceed, because the land that the present school is on, I understand, belongs to a church organization, and we have not been able to get the permission from them to break down that school and put up another school. So we have managed, as I said, to get a piece of land from Nanpasad, and so we will proceed to go ahead with the building of that school. We also have another major project of $25 million, which is a war facility at number 79 by the Market Square, number Curverton Market Square, by the seawall area, just by the masjid. There's an area there that the Amerindian people from Oriala Separuta would normally come out there to sell their produce. And what we have noticed over the years, that when the tide is low, these people virtually put a little plank, which is about 2 feet, which is about a foot, 12 inches diameter, and they walk with all their heavy loads on this plank, sometimes about 100 feet from where the boat is to catch the seawall. And that's pretty dangerous because they could easily fall into the place there with their heavy loads everywhere out. And so, in an effort to assist them, we decided that we're going to put a wharf there.
Mr. Armagan also disclosed that a number of streets have been selected for rehabilitation works to be carried out on them.
Through the Ministry of Public Infrastructure too, we'll be doing quite a number of streets. In New Amsterdam, we'll be doing the Chapel Street, which, you know, is always a street that is in a deplorable state. Even though I have asked DDL to adopt the street in the same way as Bangzai adopted that new street, they have failed to reply in the few months that I had since written to them. And so we will have to proceed to do it through the Ministry of Public Infrastructure. So Chapel Street will be resurfaced with asphalt. The Borbies High School too will be resurfaced with asphalt. Street. The street to the Borbies High School, the street leading to the Borbies High School. The NIS Street, which is in a very bad state, and people have been, every time I pass there and people see me, they say, Chairman, what are you all doing over the street here? You all got old people walking here, coming into the NIS with all these big holes. They could injure their feet and fall down and injure their hip and everything else. The GTU Hall Street. For a number of years, so those people have been clamoring to get that street done, and so. And the Republic Avenue Phase 2, which repairs to the Republic Road, that will also be done. as part of the phase 2. Phase 1, we have managed to complete some of the holes, and then phase 2, we are now going back to fill some of these other holes. One of my disappointment, though, is that New Street in Cumberland, as you know, every time we are in the air, every time we are there to speak to the public, New Street seems to be one of the common decimal that always appear in terms of people calling in to complain about the poor state of their street. And I have personally put that street down to be done. I've insisted that it be done this year, but unfortunately it was taken off the budget for whatever reason, I don't know.
The chairman is hopeful that all of the projects will be completed in a timely manner. Sasha Ramsaran reporting for Channel 8 News.